See your mouth, run a mile. You been talking, say it now. Got the gang on the way, finna blitz. You ain't safe, you ain't safe, you ain't safe. Finna blitz, you ain't safe, you ain't safe.
Dang! Oh, hey man! In the last video, this the slave obey your masters video, man, y'all went in on the comments, man. Y'all went in on the comments on the last video, but I love it though. I love like conversations like this. I love all of it. You know what I mean? So for the ones that commented, thank you. It's really appreciated. I know I know slavery is a very touchy topic. Me personally, I don't even like talking about it myself, but just to confirm that there is more to slavery than was covered in my last video. I was more so focused on, I guess, the term slave, obey your masters, and American slavery. That I was more so just focused on that portion and didn't really focus on the majority of it because that just wasn't my intention, mainly because this is what was brought to me. So I felt like I needed to make a follow-up video in regards to that, because y'all think I'm trying to deceive? Man, come on, bro, come on, that's a reach. So what I'm gonna do in this video is I'm gonna give y'all my views and my opinion on slavery in the Bible. And remember, this is my opinion, all right? So here we go. Is it true that the Bible does not formally condemn slavery? There's literally 100 scriptures in the Bible in relation or regarding slavery, but we're not going to cover all 100 scriptures. I don't have time to sit here and cover all 100 scriptures, but we are going to go over a few, particularly the ones I think that are kind of critical. Now, here we go. I'm about to just start going from here. Now, slavery in ancient times, in biblical times, in ancient times, slavery was normal. The institution of slavery was so deeply rooted in ancient culture and customs that it's something that could not be done away with in just one night. Slavery in biblical times, again, was regularly practiced by every ancient people which we historically have record of. This includes Egyptians, Sumerians, Babylonians, Assyrians, Syrians, the Moabites, Ammonites, Edomites, Greeks, Romans, and more. So let it be known that slavery was already happening before God gave it rules. How do we know this? And I'm gonna actually use one of the scriptures that a person commented in one of my videos. Thank you for that again. I'm gonna use Exodus 21:20 through 21. And it says, "And if a man smite his servant or his maid with a rod, and he die under his hand, he shall be surely punished. Notwithstanding, if he continue a day or two, he shall not be punished, for he is his money." Now my question is, why would God say not to hit and kill a slave? Because it was already happening. We also know that slavery was already established before God gave it rules. It's because he gave it rules after he rescued the people of Israel from slavery in Egypt. You can find some of these rules that God gave in regards to slavery in the book of Exodus. Again, I'm not going to go over all of them because I'm trying to run through this and condense this video. Now, again, I know this is a touchy topic. This was normal in ancient times. In ancient culture, slavery was viewed as playing a critical economic role for society. However, the Old Testament Mosaic law limited and regulated the practice of slavery and sought to correct its inhumane abuse. Unlike slavery with other nations, forms of slavery and servitude were permitted, but it was never considered the moral ideal, which is why Deuteronomy 15:18 states to let the slave go free after 6 years of service. We see God giving slave rights in Deuteronomy 5:14 and Job 31:13 through 15. God also didn't take kindly to abusing slaves. Deuteronomy 23:15 through 16 states, "Thou shalt not deliver unto his master the servant which is escaped from his master unto you. He shall dwell with you, even amongst you, in that place which he shall choose in one of thy gates, where it liketh him best. Thou shalt not oppress him." this scripture is talking about essentially runaway slaves running to the people of Israel. Now, to me, the fact that the slave ran away from his master means he was being mistreated or abused. You don't run away from your master if you're given rights and you're treated kindly and equal. So to me, the fact that God would say not to give this runaway slave back, and then on top of that, he gives that slave rights by saying, let him stay with you where he likes best. Don't oppress or abuse him. Not only indicates clear compassion, but it also lets us know that God is not okay with slaves being mistreated and abused. In the New Testament, we see scriptures like Galatians 3:28 and Colossians 3:11 that states there is neither slave nor free, which means that no one is above or below another. Both are part of the church equally and are accountable to God. We see that in Ephesians 6:5-9. In the apostolic church, slaves were granted rights and privileges that of a free man. You can find that in the book of Philemon. Yet that very teaching about our relationship with God, about humanity and our relationship with God through Christ, was essentially the force that placed the fundamental injustice of slavery in the spotlight. Now, in my opinion, God was trying to eliminate slavery, which is why we see God establishing rules and giving slaves rights, because other nations wasn't doing this. It only happened within the people of Israel. So to be clear, God did not establish these rules and rights in regards to slavery to all nations. He only established it to his people, the people of Israel. But check this out though, God accepts everybody. He said to the people of Israel in the book of Leviticus 19:34, it says, but the stranger that dwelleth with you shall be unto you as one born amongst you, and thou shalt love him as thyself, for ye were strangers in the land of Egypt. I am the Lord your God. So in other words, he's saying treat these strangers as if they were native born Israelites. And this passage connects with Deuteronomy 23:15-16, as I stated earlier, about God saying don't send a runaway slave back to his master, but to let him stay where he wants, and basically giving him rights and not to oppress him. So essentially what I'm saying is, yes, slavery was a normal thing, even amongst Israel. But the difference is God gave slaves amongst Israel rules and rights, and that technically anyone can become one with Israel. All you have to do is join. So while the Egyptians, Sumerians, Babylonians, Assyrians, Moabites, etc., while they're all abusing, mistreating, and even killing their slaves, we see God slowly changing that, starting with his own people. So again, I don't want to harbor on this too long because I know this is a touchy topic, and again, I don't like talking about this. So I'm gonna go ahead and just close with this. In my opinion, the good news or the gospel eliminates slavery. The gospel message of salvation through Jesus Christ is a powerful message that can end social injustice and all evil. So while the Bible doesn't condemn slavery, in my opinion, it doesn't condone or promote it either. So that's gonna be it, man. Again, this was my views, this is my opinion. If you agree, you already know what to do. Drop it down low in the comments. If you disagree, drop it down low in the comments. If you have something else to add, come on, all in the comments. Remember, again, slavery is a touchy topic, as I stated all throughout this video, and it gets very in-depth, which I did not get in-depth with this video. I just gave you my opinion, my overall view on it. As I stated, there's about 100 scriptures in the Bible in relation to slavery. I didn't want to sit up here and go over all of that, mainly because that's not really my focus. I'm trying to focus on other things, on other videos. I don't want my content to be primarily on slavery. That's it. With that being said, that's gonna be it, man. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video, man. Peace.
Yeah. Look at my bros, look at my